I was born downtown, in our capital. When I recall my homeland, my thoughts are filled with the sights and sounds of the city. But home means something different to each and every one of us. Therefore, I've decided to visit every place where our citizens call home. The Kingdom of Erusia is a land of diversity. Each region has its own unique and special culture.
The destruction of one of their arsenal birds has significantly reduced the scale of Erusia's air defense network. Ocean forces have moved into the areas where we gained air superiority and freed over half of the Eusian continent. However, Erusia is feeling the pressure and is reacting by attempting to activate the ballistic missile base in the suburbs of Sierra Plata. For the past 72 hours, they've put the resources and people into action and have already entered the final stages of a launch. The missile silo is deep underground. To destroy it, we'll need a bomber to drop a huge deep penetration bomb in a precise place. Unfortunately, that airspace is thick with clouds at the moment, so it'll be difficult for a bomber to hit the target accurately. Normally, we'd wait for the weather to clear, but with the situation being what it is, we don't have that option. So, we will be the bomber's eyes and find the missile silo. You'll all be equipped with targeting pods instead of special weapons. We need you to fly at low altitude, visually identify which silo they're activating, then acquire it with your targeting pod. Once you press the firing switch, the bombers will drop their payload based on the location data provided by the targeting pod. You will need to keep the silo in the center of your sight until the bomb hits its target, or else it will miss entirely. It takes a high level of airmanship to properly guide these bombs to their targets while flying in place. Naturally, we assume the enemy has positioned anti-air artillery and aircraft in the area of operations, so stay alert. Additionally, we suffered human and material losses in the last battle, so Cyclops Squadron will sit this one out. Trigger, it's up to you to make this work with just Strider Squadron.
Strider Squadron, sortie ASAP. Arusia only has 5 IRBM silos in total. Therefore, the enemy's made a number of fake silos to try and throw our bombers off the scent.
Did you say fake?
They're painted to look like the real thing from the sky. You can't tell the difference.
It's the wing of that LRSSG that brought down that arsenal bird. We've got the bombs. You do the terminal guidance.
In order to use the targeting pods, you'll need to change weapons first. Try to align the missile silo with the circle in the center of your HUD. When you're lined up, hit the firing switch and the bomb will drop. You're gonna need to keep the silo aligned until the bomb hits. The enemy set up anti-air weapons in multiple locations.
We need to work together to take them down.
Missile away, bon voyage. Fox 2. Keep the targeting pod trained on that silo until the payload is delivered.
In, but it was off the mark. Let's give him another. Warhead should be exposed. Standard weaponry will suffice. Take your pick.
Dropping another bunker buster will take some time. Aim carefully. Target acquired. Target is in machine gun range.
Caution. Pull up.
Arusia only has 5 IRBM silos in total. Therefore, the enemy's made a number of fake silos to try and throw our bombers off the scent.
Did you say fake?
They're painted to look like the real thing from the sky. You can't tell the difference.
It's the wing of that LRSSG that brought down that arsenal bird. We've got the bombs. You do the terminal guidance.
In order to use the targeting pods, you'll need to change weapons first. Try to align the missile silo with the circle in the center of your HUD. When you're lined up, hit the firing switch and the bomb will drop. You're gonna need to keep the silo aligned until the bomb hits. The enemy set up anti-air weapons in multiple locations.
We need to work together to take them down.
Caution. Pull up.
Keep the targeting pod trained on that silo until the payload is delivered. The bomb was off its mark. The target is still standing. Dropping another bunker buster will take some time. Aim carefully.
Caution. Caution. Caution.
Target confirmed. Dropping the bomb now.
Pull up.
Bunker buster hit its mark. Time for fireworks.
Destruction of first missile silo confirmed.
The IRBM is aimed at the Ocean garrison. Persons lives are at stake. There's no time. They completely lost it. Get that up. Let's end this madness.
Trigger. Bomb has been dropped. Warning, enemy has a bead on you.
In, but it was off the mark. Let's give him another. The warhead should be exposed. Standard weaponry will suffice. Take your pick.
Missile.
Target acquired.
Caution. Missile.
Wake up! Missile coming your way! Preemptive, locked on target. This is a serious mission. Was it Wiseman who gave Strider 2 account? The formation changes every mission. I'm sure he has a reason for it. I'll believe that when I see it. I'm just glad he won't be there to chew my ear off. Let's do this.
Missile silo destroyed. That makes 2. No launch signs yet.
Enemy has a lock.
Picking up an enemy squadron. It must be the reinforcements they called in. They don't appear to be going after our bomber. Take them out if they interfere with our mission.
Missile.
Target confirmed. Dropping the bomb now.
Strider 1, watch your tail.
Enemy has a lock. Evade. Shake off that missile.
Missile.
We're behind. Don't let them get in the way. Enemy target confirmed. Dropping the bomb now. All right. Now let's take out those remaining silos.
Missile silo destroyed.
Where do we look next?
Missile.
The sky feels overly free today. As a Cyclops, I felt like a bird in a cage. Once this mission's over, I guess we'll be back under the company commander's thumb again. What a pain in the ass.
Trigger, the bomb has been dropped.
Missile.
No structures visible.
Missile.
Strider 1, you're entering clouds.
I'm getting tired of looking for these silos. Let's go have a little fun, all right?
AA gun confirmed destroyed.
Where's the explosion? Looks like this wasn't one of the real silos.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Breaking from enemy.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Target acquired.
Bunker busted away. Confirmed. The target is still active. Strider 1, you've got their attention.
Missile. 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 Caution. Pull up.
I'm on his back. Bandit has a lock.
Caution. Pull up.
Breaking out of lock.
Hit. Target destroyed.
The fewer there are, the harder they are to find. Good luck. Designating target.
Missile.
There's only one silo remaining.
I'm like a wolf that's been let off its leash. These guys won't know what hit him. I thought you were a bird free from its cage.
Missile.
Strider 1, break!
Missile. 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 Missile.
He took a bite out of me. Breaking!
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Bandit behind you.
Warning, bandit!
Missile.
Strider 1, we have the coordinates. Firing the bunker buster.
All missile silos have been destroyed.
Wait, what the hell is that?
Alert! We've detected an IRBM launch. Confirmed signature on our radar. Launch site is this dam.
Not from the silos?
They certainly hit it well. We still have a chance. Shoot it down before it reaches critical altitude.
Enemy has a lock. Breaking off.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Target acquired.
Missile.
The target will soon reach critical altitude. Confirmed signature on our radar.
Enemy on your rear.
Warning, we confirm another launch. Take it out. New hostiles. All aircraft confirmed. Additional launch confirmed.
Incoming!
your 6.
He dodged it.
Caution. Pull up.
They have a lock on me. Viking, can't get away from this lock. On my target's around, firing.
The target will soon reach critical altitude. All of the missiles have been destroyed.
I was cutting it pretty close. I was starting to get a little nervous.
You're telling me you had us sweating up here, and there wasn't even anything we could do about it. Glad we were partnered with you on this operation.
That went about as expected. Be sure to include in the report how much ass I kicked while off the company commander's leash. Roger that, and I'll be sure to include all the crap you said about Wiseman, too.
Aruji only...
We have successfully prevented an enemy ballistic missile attack. Strider Squadron, you did very well without your unit commander. We are now preparing for the final stage of our long-range operation, seizing the capital. With the loss of an arsenal bird followed by the destruction of their ballistic missile base, Erussia is running out of ways to counter. This is a great opportunity for the Osean army to bolster our power to eventually take down the Erusian capital of Farbanti. The special long-range strategy is entering its final phase. Our objective is to attack and capture the Erusian Air Force Base in Cape Rainy in northern Erusia. This important base is at the forefront of our strategy to establish control of Farbanti. Under the cover of night, our plan is that all squadrons will invade from the valley to the south and mount an air assault on the area. The enemy's observation field has eyes on the skies above the valley, so your altitude will need to be restricted. If you go over a certain altitude, the enemy could spot you, ending the mission in failure. Keep that in mind. Once you arrive, you are to take out the enemy's air defense forces as soon as possible and prepare for the support squadrons. When the air defense... With the loss of an arsenal bird followed by the...
Strider Squadron, aircraft prep complete. You're cleared to taxi. Beginning nighttime aerial refueling process. Be careful of reduced visibility. 1,500 meters to tanker. 500 meters. You have permission to access the refueling tanker. Refueling aborted. Emergency. We've collided with trigger. Beginning nighttime aerial refueling process. Be careful of reduced visibility. 1,500 meters to tanker. Trigger, maintain your current approach. 500 meters, you have permission to access the refueling tanker. 100. 50 meters. Excellent work, Trigger. Refueling initiated. Maintain your current position.
Strider 1, you have passed through waypoint 1. No weapons until you reach the enemy base. All aircraft, reduce altitude. We have altitude restrictions from here on out. Keep altitude below 600 meters. Good. Maintain your current course.
Caution. Pull up.
Searchlight up ahead. Watch for it.
Caution.
Stay out of their sight.
Caution.
Strider, Aslan's 1. Our current ETA matches yours. Catch the bunk guard. Try to secure the LZ
Pull
quickly.
up.
We'll get you down safe. I'm worried you're short on men. Everyone here's already signed their
Caution.
rules.
Pull up.
That ain't funny.
Caution. Pull up.
Never mind the jokes. Okay, follow you in. Good luck.
Caution.
Understood.
Caution.
Strider 1, you've passed through waypoint 2. The valley's about to get narrower. Be careful.
Caution. Pull up. Caution. Pull up.
When can we take on the final mission? I'm starting to get tired of all this.
This is the last step, Count. We'll take the enemy base and use it as a bridgehead.
Watch yourselves out there. We're going to need all of you in Farbanti. Without Wiseman here, everybody wants to give orders like they're the company commander himself. And the best thing about Strider Squadron is our leader keeps his mouth shut.
Caution. Pull up.
Watch your speed.
Caution. Pull up. Caution.
You've passed waypoint 3. You're coming up on the base. Imposing radio silence. You won't be able to talk again until you're over the base. Continue to keep an eye on your altitude. There are plenty of dark spots that can sneak up on you.
Caution. Pull up. Caution. Pull up. Caution. Pull up. Caution. Caution. Pull up. Caution. Pull up.
You just passed through waypoint 4. Radio silence has been lifted. You're almost at the base.
We made it. That was quite the roller coaster ride. Visual confirmation on the airbase. Reach destination.
Commence the attack. It's time for their wake-up call. The longer it takes, the worse off we'll be. Hurry up. Finish them off.
All right, let's give them a beating.
Targeting gun range.
Enemies are attacking! Where the hell did they come from? They took out our leader's bird! Hurry or the roosters on the ground! Fire up the search
the attack. The sooner we finish this thing, the better.
This is Basilisk 1. Arrived at the airport. Landing now.
Roger that. If the enemy is still present in large numbers when our ground forces arrive, the mission will be a failure. Go help our allies.
Be quick. Gotta move on time when means is free.
Your jokes haven't gotten any better. Strider 1, locked on target.
Pay attention. Right. Miss.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Broadcaster. Hostiles are still near the LZ. Can't make our approach.
Multiple helicopters spotted. Do you have a visual on them? Strider 1, I need you to take out those enemies at the LZ.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Strider 1, missile launched.
Enemy missile detected.
We need you to immediately destroy anything that'll jeopardize the landing.
Missile. Missile.
Locked on. This one's a goner.
Missile.
Target destroyed by Strider 1. That's the last of our anti-air guns. They've all been taken out.
Okay, that takes care of all the SAM sites.
Enemy begun a counterattack. Damage to our unit is at 20%.
Keep firing! Damage report. We need to tend to the wounded.
We need you to deal with the remaining hostiles. The assault forces are facing strong resistance.
Get out of here, hurry! This is taking too long. We've been surrounded by the enemy reinforcements. Our boys had to surrender. This operation is a failure. Visual confirmation on the airbase. Reach destination.
Commence the attack. It's time for their wake-up call. The longer it takes, the worse off we'll be. Hurry up. Finish them off.
All right, let's give them a beating.
Fox 2. Target hit. Target acquired.
Enemies are attacking! Where the hell did they come from? They took out our leader's bird! Hurry or they'll roast us on the ground! Fire up the searchlights! I can't see where the enemies are coming from!
It looks like the enemy's air defenses are online. I guess they finally decided to wake up. Keep up the attack. The sooner we finish this thing, the better. Okay, that takes care of all the SAM sites.
That's the last of our anti-air guns. They've all been taken out. This is Basilisk 1. Arrived at the AO. Landing now.
Roger that. If the enemy is still present in large numbers when our ground forces arrive, the mission will be a failure. Go help our allies.
Be quick. Gotta move on time when the means is free.
Your jokes haven't gotten any better.
Enemy missile! Breaking! Broadcaster, hostiles are still near the LZ. Can't make our approach.
Multiple helicopters spotted. Do you have a visual on them? Strider 1, I need you to take out those enemies at the LZ.
Bandit down. Nicely done.
Target acquired.
Missile inbound. Evade! That bandit is still on your back. Bandit in my sight.
Stall warning.
Enemy has a lock. Evade!
Caution. Pull up.
We need to immediately destroy anything that'll jeopardize the landing. The timing couldn't be worse. This puts our delivery staff in danger.
Break!
Missile hit!
Stall warning.
engage the enemy reinforcements. Requesting immediate close air support.
Copy that. We'll send some your way.
Pizza guy's in trouble. Let's help him out. He's all right. Those two Ozian big shots will take care of him for us.
All enemy fighters down.
I feel their pain, I really do. But this is war.
Strider Squadron, do it quickly, or we'll lose the element of surprise.
Air support is on its way.
Target destroyed. Target eliminated. Great work.
Okay, that attack just took out the enemy from the front line. The way ahead is cleared up. Have our thanks.
Give me a damage report. We've suffered heavy losses. This is more than a surprise attack.
Picking up an enemy squadron. It must be the reinforcements they called in.
We've confirmed at least one leader. It's the one with the 3 scratches.
Strider 1, missile away.
Emergency! See the enemy reinforcements? They're stopping us! We can't do anything about their air power. We need support.
Target acquired. We still got 3 enemy fighters left. It's not over yet.
Locked on bandit.
2 remaining.
Breaking lock. Evading. Ambush. Stay calm. Recall the ranks. Broadcaster. Requesting close air support.
Strider Squadron, enemy reinforcements. Get some goddamn support there now.
Missile.
Enemy numbers are small. Don't give in. Fight until the very end. This is 2-2. We're stuck. We won't be able to capture the base at this rate.
Keep your heads down. 3 strikes will take care of the enemy.
Missile. Missile.
Missile tracking. Fox 2. We need to work together to take them down. Locked on bandit.
Strider 1, missile away.
Ally shot down.
Missile.
Target acquired. 1 last enemy fighter.
Get you, pal. This is nothing compared to what we faced in the last mission.
Stall warning.
Tracking. We're taking fire, but I can fly. That takes care of that. Nice work. We did it. That's the last of them. Achieved air superiority.
Vehicle eliminated. APC eliminated.
Enemy's on its counterattack. Damage to our unit is at 20%.
Keep firing.
Caution.
Missile away.
Locked on. This one's a goner.
That's it. If we take out those 2, we can force our way inside the facility.
Target destroyed.
Stall warning.
Target acquired.
Say goodbye.
Target's destruction confirmed. That air support was right on the money.
Keep pushing the enemy on their heels.
Okay, start running on the count of 3. Great. I get to finally send my boys in to ring the doorbell. There's still quite a few enemies holed up in there. However, we can't afford to wait any longer. Begin the assault. If anyone resists, kill them. Contact! 2 o'clock! Go! Go! Fire!
Car, tear down that barricade.
malfunctions.
Glad the pizza was on time. Whew. Roger that, Basilisk 1. Mission accomplished.
All prisoners of war will be treated in accordance with international law. We've even brought pizza.
Looks like they can shred those wills.
I'm already getting an earful from the men over the needless paperwork.
No joke.
Okay, go ahead and begin your approach. Go to the flight control.
Roger that.
Strider 1, this is Basilisk. The runway is clear. You have permission to land. The party is on as soon as you get here. Reduce your speed. 3,000 meters to the runway. You are right on course. Maintain current heading. 1,500 meters to the runway. Right on the money, Strider 1. Strider 1 has landed. Let's go and greet him.
Strider 1, you have passed through waypoint 1.
Excellent work on the night raid. Submarines have arrived from the Ocean mainland and are refueling. This base will serve as a frontline platform for our mission to take Farbanti. We're almost at the end of this operation.
Mihai's second sortie was designed to calculate how his physiology changed under the stress of combat. My job was to compare his performance as a pilot now to when he was younger and understand how his skills evolved. To tell you the truth, I'm not sure I wanted to know the answers anymore. For a man his age, Mihai's body was unbelievably resilient, remarkably flexible. His reflexes were as sharp as they ever were. Still, after all those years of flying in the outer layers of the atmosphere, even someone as strong as Mihai wasn't immune to the effects of the strain. The human body is fragile. It was not meant to handle the excessive amounts of radiation that constantly bombarded the stratosphere. For Mihai's second sortie, we used a flight suit that was still untested. He seemed fine on takeoff, but by the time he landed back at the base, he was clearly a mess. He got caught in a surprise dogfight with an especially stubborn enemy. It took a while for Mihai to bring him down.
Suspend mission.
The suit was ineffective. According to the data, it wouldn't let him fly to his full potential. A new flight suit was made to my exact specifications. When it finally arrived, Mihai's granddaughters glared at me with their disapproval. They blamed me for the pain their grandfather had to keep enduring. But Mihai remained stoic. He wasn't the type of man who cared about anything that happened here on the ground. I wasn't worried about it. I was confident the new suit would protect him thoroughly so that he could maneuver his plane any way he wanted. The moment he took off in his new flight suit, I realized what I had failed to before. Right after takeoff, as the wheels retracted, the plane suddenly arced up. It accelerated so quickly. I had never seen a plane move like that before. Mihai hit the high G's multiple times before disappearing into the blue. The support team couldn't even keep up. And then I knew. I understood why he never seemed to care about restoring his stolen country back to its former glory, and why he didn't seem to care about anything that happened here on the ground. Of course, Mihai's kingdom was the sky.
The operation to capture Erusia's capital, Farbanti, is beginning. This is the culmination of our work. We need to capture the Erusian forces' general headquarters in the south of Farbanti and end this war. The plan is for ground troops to attack Farbanti from both the east and north, and a task fleet will attack from the southwest. We will secure air superiority over the capital, while providing air support for our allies on the ground and in the water as required. By all accounts, we expect this to be an intense, full-scale battle across land, sea, and air. Should you need to replenish your ammunition or make necessary repairs to your craft, a return line has been set up in the north. During this operation, we will also be tasked with having to destroy the communications satellites that Erusia hacked. If we take down the information communication system that we believe they have control over, it should plunge Erusia into chaos. Once the capital falls, the Erusian military will be isolated and thrown into chaos, making it easier for us to end the war. However, that can't happen until after the capital falls, so you guys are the stars of this battle. Erusia will fight like a tiger, but we cannot lose. We must seize the capital and end this war.
Strider Squadron, proceed to runway. Sortie ASAP.
Our troops have engaged at Farbanti Reconstruction Park, Silver Bridge, and the submerged area. We need you to help our boys in those 3 locations. This'll end the war. It's time. Commence the operation. Our friends are waiting.
Lately, as your company commander, I felt some of you young bucks coming after my championship belt. You're really putting the pressure on me. So I think I'm gonna go out there and pull up the score a little bit. Just to show you guys how it's done. I trust I can count on all you to keep up. Let's get out there, take care of business, come back in one piece.
Strider 1, return line is to the north. Head that way if you need to refuel. Good luck, everyone.
Count is back in the saddle as Cyclops 2. It's good to be flying with you again, partner.
Strider 1,
it's just funny.
Our ground forces are now moving to capture Farbanti Reconstruction Park. They're already engaged with the enemy. It seems the enemy was fast to detect them. They could use some air support.
Strider 1, missile inbound, evade! They're after me, I need cover.
Our air support has stopped the enemy. Advance on the hospital.
Hold them! Don't let them through!
Strider 1, target acquired.
Half the enemy's already down. That LRSSG is really something.
Strider 1, enemy is locked on!
Fox 2. separate combat zones. We need to split our forces in two and meet both threats at once.
Trigger, head for either area. Cyclops will take care of the other.
Roger.
We've got flies buzzing around our heads. Don't take your eyes off them. We're out of standstill. We're pinned down.
Catch ya, pal. Strider 1, hostile gunning for you.
Enemy sighting. I'm still airborne, but took damage.
Bandit is firing.
Careful. The ruins of sunken ships make these waters shallow. What the hell? Strider 1 is down.
Our troops have engaged at Farbanti Reconstruction Park, Silver Bridge, and the submerged area. We need you to help our boys in those 3 locations. This'll end the war. It's time. Commence the operation. Our friends are waiting.
Lately, as your company commander, I felt some of you young bucks coming after my championship belt. You're really putting the pressure on me. So I think I'm gonna go out there and run up the score a little bit. Just to show you guys how it's done. I trust I can count on all of you to keep up. Let's get out there, take care of business, come back in one piece.
Our ground forces are now moving to capture Farbanti Reconstruction Park. They're already engaged with the enemy. It seems the enemy was fast to detect them. They could use some air support. Strider 1, return line is to the north. Head that way if you need to refuel. Good luck, everyone.
Our air support has stopped the enemy. Advance on the hospital.
Count is back in the saddle as Cyclops 2. It's good to be flying with you again, partner.
These men are gonna
No, it's real funny.
We're bandit back.
Strider 1, missile away. Vehicle confirmed destroyed.
Target acquired.
Enemy has a lock on you, Strider 1.
Strider 4, missile inbound. Strider 1, enemy on your 6.
I took some damage.
Time for a quick hit and run.
Chuck, the enemy's already down. That's how our efforts are really stumping ahead. Don't take your eyes. The enemy doesn't want us to establish a base here. That's why they fear our presence.
Strider 1, missile inbound. Locked on.
Enemy missile chasing me. Friendly down.
SAM site down.
Bandit acquired. Initiating attack.
Time for a quick hit and run.
Roger. The mark room is secured. Negotiating instructions underway.
I have the feeling.
HQ, we're falling back. We don't stand a chance against their air support. Come again.
Hold your ground.
Enemy backup inbound. Forces are heading for 2 separate combat zones. We need to split our forces in 2 and meet both threats at once.
Trigger, head for either area. Cyclops will take care of the other one.
Roger.
Enemy vessel, fire! Enemy vessel chasing me. The enemy's striking back with everything they got.
Locked on bandit. Target obliterated.
We just lost a friendly!
Missile launched.
I'm on my target's tail.
Missile. Missile. Caution. Pull up.
Trigger has destroyed the target.
Missile. Missile.
The missile took out a lot of armaments.
Okay, Trigger. Silver Bridge is all yours. Deal with the other threat.
Let's go. Mission.
Wilco, that's something.
Being on you.
Friendly down! What's your six? Bandit!
Strider 4, Fox 2.
Caught that miss!
Strider 1, enemy behind you.
Strider 1, missile launched.
Enemy attack struck me. I'm still okay. Missile! Evading! The enemy is worn out. Okay.
Need more air support. You can't hold the bridge much longer without it.
The rams are stuck in ship to make these waters shallow.
Enemy's got a lock. I'm behind my target.
Friendly down! I, for one, welcome all support, especially from 3 strikes. Fatigue is starting to set in. Maintain your composure. We're almost through this. Call reinforcements! Damn it! Should have known any sooner!
Keep an eye on your radar. All it takes is one missile and you're history.
Strider 1, missile away.
Strider 1 down to hostile.
Bandit on your 6.
Missile.
Get away from that missile.
Missile. Missile.
Hey, Shark!
Missile. Missile.
I'm on his back.
Missile. Missile.
The missile got through our ECM. Shoot it! The enemy is desperately trying to stop our advance. This is going to be tougher than we thought.
Strider 1, nice work.
It's no use! We have to retreat!
Range. Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you. Target acquired.
Missile.
Friendly aircraft lost!
Special delivery. Missile away. Enemy reinforcements on radar. Take him out.
Hostile forces moving near enemy HQ! We don't have enough units to hold them!
Split up. The longer this drags on, the greater our losses.
Roger that.
Bandit down.
Evading enemy missile!
Target was not struck.
The battle conditions are changing constantly. I don't like it one bit.
Missile away. Bon voyage.
This is the start. There are small boats hiding in the ruins. Take them out before they can approach the fleet.
Enemy's got a
Stall
lock.
warning. Stall warning.
Where did these guys come from? My job just got that much harder. There's no way we're pulling back now. If they take our headquarters, we're finished.
Reduce altitude. Right between the buildings.
Missile away.
That area's all yours, Strider. Back up help squadron in the submerged area.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Use your binoculars. Three strikes, major.
5 minutes remaining.
Missile.
Show them how OSG fights in battle.
Bandit has a lock. Locked on Bandit.
Missile. Missile.
Eyeball to Tucker 2-4. Requesting fire for rage. Coordinates 2294-5002. Target is enemy MBT formation. Fire for effect with your strongest round.
Your air support concerned. You can organize resistance from the Erusian army. Operation nearly complete. Just need to see it through.
Understood. Understood.
All right.
Understood. Understood. Understood.
Eyeball to Tucker 2-4. Bracketing is complete. Fire for effect.
Missile.
Roger. Team firing data. Azimuth 2870. Elevation 237. Prepare the volley. Fire.
Anti-air gun eliminated.
Forward! You still have a chance at victory! What gives you to defend once you've taken up attack position? We'll have our forces neutralized! Our tanks and combat vehicles are knocked down. They mostly fall into the enemy's air support.
And impact! Tucker 2-4. Go easy on our eardrums next time. Thanks for the fire support. All testers, this is Base 1. We'll handle the rest.
All aircraft, move on to assist other units.
Thanks, LRSSD. We'll take it from here. Focus on the enemies in front of you.
Caution. Pull up.
The attack district coming! Iron Strike, evading.
Target acquired. Missile inbound, missile inbound. Strider 1, Bandit on your tail.
Enemy missile chasing me!
We've spotted enemy backup. Check your radars.
Copy. Trigger. It's about time we finished up here and helped other allies in trouble.
You don't need to try and target every enemy. Just keep your focus. Take one down, then move on to the next.
Missile. Missile.
Enemy's got a lock, striking!
This is the amphibious command ship Ptarmigan. The enemy ships in this area are part of the sunken ruins now. The landing party is on its way to Higginsville.
But I can fly.
Fox 2.
Friendly paused. Attacking from behind my target.
Watch your remaining missiles.
Stall warning.
Whether it was Strider or Cyclops, it looks like he did a real number on the enemy.
2 minutes remaining. Target is down.
Did you really think that missile was going to hit anything?
Missile closing in on me!
Missile. Caution. Missile. Missile. Missile.
They're after me! I need cover!
Missile.
Get away from that missile!
Missile.
Target destroyed by Strider 1.
Missile.
Locked on. Go down.
Missile. Missile.
Don't stop!
Missile.
Missile, range!
Missile.
Ram cannon locked on target.
Missile.
1 minute remaining.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
The enemy has a lock on me. Fox 2! Fox 2! Enemy has a lock on you, Strider 1.
Strider 1, Fox 2.
Fall back 900 yards. 3 strikes is here.
on?
All aircraft, listen carefully. This is Lancaster. We have the upper hand. The enemy headquarters is almost ours. Operation to eliminate all enemy satellites also underway. All going according to plan. The end of the war is in sight. Think of something you'd like to eat, guys? Because I'm buying.
Roger that. Man, don't jinx us.
You're right. New bogies. No, 5 SU-30s inbound.
It's Mr. X.
What's going on here? I don't believe it. We just lost ship 3 and 4. We're taking heavy damage. It's like this monster is toying with us out there. We've got to do something.
LRSSG, we have an emergency order from Mission Command. Bring down Mr. X. I know it's a tall order, but HQ wouldn't ask if they didn't have faith in you.
There they are. It's the snowbirds. The 2 leaders are at a different level. But don't underestimate the rest of them either. This should prove to be fun. What do you mean? It's just like you say. The enemy has experienced fighters in their midst.
What's going on here? I don't believe it. We've just lost ship 3 and 4. We're taking heavy damage. It's like this monster is toying with us out there. We've got to do something.
LRSSG, we have an emergency order from Mission Command. Bring down Mr. X. I know it's a tall order, but HQ wouldn't ask if they didn't have faith in you.
There they are. It's the snowbirds. The 2 leaders are at a different level. But don't underestimate the rest of them either. This should prove to be fun. What do you mean? It's just like you say. The enemy has experienced fighters in their midst.
Special delivery. Strider 1, Fox 3. Wow, you sure he's human?
I'm dead!
Missile.
Stay focused. We've still got a monster to slay.
Strider 1, Fox 2.
One ship is sunk. Single fighter coming back around.
Don't let Mr. X run wild. Friendlies are suffering heavy damage.
Taking fire.
Target locked.
Stall warning.
Strider 1, locked on target.
Not bad. They're as good as Will says. Although 13 mark is somewhat lacking.
Missile hit.
Mr. X is eating through the Osean forces.
No. Who are these guys? This is Cyclops 3. Let me hit. I gotta eject.
Take him out one by one. Cyclops 3 has bailed out safe. Don't worry. He's gonna make it.
Stall warning.
Listen, Trigger. Real talk. If we keep this up, someone's not going home. I'll act as a lure. Meanwhile, you shoot down Mr. X.
What?
All right, he grabbed the bait. Time to take him for a ride.
Stall warning.
Man, this is one stubborn bastard. He's on my tail, but he won't fire. Waiting for the perfect shot, eh? Sorry, soldier. My boys will let you have it.
This one's wide open. Enough with your air show, Wiseman. You're pushing it.
Oh, Cal, that's sweet. I never knew you cared. You're all grown up. I'll even let the wisecrack slide.
Hey, I'm being serious here.
Target is hit.
Thanks, fine. Give him one more.
Strider 1, missile away. Scratch the last escort.
We need to be extra careful. Let's split up the 2 leaders. Eject while you can still talk. You're quite the entertainer, but the show's over with this next shot. Wasn't a bad pilot.
Wiseman, missile closing!
I'll keep him on me. Just a bit longer.
Shit. Cyclops 1 is down.
Cyclops 1 is down.
Eject already, Wiseman!
I'm sorry, Count. This plane exploded.
Stall warning.
Wiseman, stay strong. We're not done here.
Cyclops 2, you got the lead.
Wiseman! Shit!
Negative, Cyclops 2, you're the lead.
I can't do it. Trigger should take command. Duty is yours. That's impossible.
Do it.
shit. Damn it. Cyclops 4, form an element. We need our top gun if we're gonna take out that bastard.
Wilco count.
Now I see why he's the king of the skies. Trigger's our only hope. Bandit fire missile.
Missile hit!
Good job! Alright!
Damn.
Now go finish the job.
Missile.
Get Mr. X, Trigger! Shoot it down, Trigger! You can do it! In fact, you're the only one who can!
Star warning.
My radar suddenly turned off.
What is it? Respond!
My data won't update.
HUD is
Damn
glitching
it!
out.
What was that?
Lost radar contact. Watch out.
Look at the sky. Towards the sun.
What is that?
A star? No. Maybe an explosion?
This is Soul Squadron. Head home. It's not safe to stick around here if we lose our base.
Listen up. We've just lost our real-time connection with Mission Command. It's not just Mission Command. I'm not getting any response from outside our LOS. Brabante's now under OCN control. The operation was a success. We didn't get the orders that should have come after the operational success. We'll guide you to the scheduled airport. All aircraft, leave this airspace immediately.
Negative. They've got a debt to pay.
Count, we all feel the same way.
Shit.
So Wiseman died for nothing.
This is a peacekeeping force forward base near Erusian territory. Other Allied aircraft have probably been forced to make emergency landings at other airfields. We don't know much. The mission to capture the capital is nearly complete, but we unfortunately have no intel. The enemy communication satellites are down, and we have confirmed the deaths of several Erusian leaders. But our enemy was smart. They had a similar plan. Our own communication systems were destroyed at approximately the same time. We have no idea when or if they'll come back online. Stand by for further details.
As far as the chaos we find ourselves in these days, it's difficult to say which side pulled the trigger first. Erusia deployed an automatic intercept system with drones. Osea implemented long-range attacks to bypass them. So Erusia decided to sabotage Osea's communications and navigation technology. Erusia couldn't launch a satellite themselves, but they were still able to hack the software of the Osean transmission and navigation systems. Before Osea even noticed, half of their satellites were hijacked. That's when things got ugly. In an attempt to knock out each other's capabilities, both forces launched fighters loaded with anti-satellite missiles at the same time. Only military satellites were targeted. However, their destruction created a debris field in orbit, which wiped out scores of other satellites, both private and government-owned. What kept the world relatively sane up to that point had been free-flowing data and information. But now, those were gone. All that remained was chaos and confusion. Government and civilian broadcasts and transmissions were cut off. The flow of information had ceased. Forces on both sides of the conflict now found themselves unable to communicate with their superiors. Many of the smaller countries annexed by Erusia and yearning for their independence seized the opportunity and started their own uprisings. As for why some of Osea's military decided to break off from the main force and continue on their own, I have no idea. Perhaps there was some sort of dispute over the chain of command. The continent that had once seen wars that were only fought between Osea and Erusia was now full of numerous conflicts between rival leaders vying for power. Insurgencies were everywhere. I even heard a rumor that a group of Osean convicts had rebelled. Rumors. It never ceased to amaze me that even at a crazy time like this, something as trivial as a rumor could find its way here. Communications from corporate were cut off. Apparently, the entire computer network was down. It was a wise decision to make our drones autonomous with AI instead of being radio-controlled. Wise and forward-thinking. Even with their GPS offline, they can still use their sensors to navigate as long as they're working properly. I'm sure the drones are still working perfectly, following their mission orders to the letter. I wish I could upload Mihai's new data to them. But without a connection, I can't upload the software to the active drones. The new ones we're making, though, there should still be enough time to upgrade those before they're activated. I'll be taking the data I've acquired away from the front lines now. Oh, and I'll be taking the girls, too. I told my assistant Masa it was time to get Mihai's granddaughters ready to leave here. She's not much older than the girls, but she has a way about her, and I'm sure she won't have any trouble with them. I saw a plane flying off in the distance. I imagine it was looking for a safer place. The plane had a rose emblem on it.
Erusia's communication networks have been down since their satellites were destroyed. Unfortunately, we are experiencing trouble too. All of Erusia has been affected, and we don't know when things will be back up and running. We're not even sure if this is Erusia's doing. Still, we will follow the strategy that was originally planned, and move on to the next operation after liberating Farbanti. Let's get to it. Since the war began, we've been receiving communications in secret from an officer in the Erusian army.
With the capital under our control, Erusia's radical element is losing support quickly, affecting the balance of power.
HQ is thinking of using the military officer as a way to gain leverage to settle peace negotiations. The officer is currently hiding in the outskirts of Anchorhead Bay, having joined up with support dispatch from the Osean army. The plan is that they'll take a standard vehicle to a rendezvous point at a harbor in the east part of the city, where a helicopter will be waiting.
I would like the new Strider Squadron to provide escort for the officer. Cyclops will remain at the base on standby to serve as defense.
With the communication network currently down in the capital, I very much doubt Erusia will be able to mount a regimented counterattack. However, it is likely that Erusia's intelligence department and the remaining forces who are aware of the officer's movements will interfere. Keep a close eye on the officer and make sure he stays safe.
Our victory in Farbanti has given us a golden opportunity to finally end this war. Be safe out there. Take note that our satellite-based IFF has become unreliable following the recent communications failure. As such, target ID will be done by processing the images from the infrared cameras on your aircraft. Objects will initially appear as unknown on your HUDs, but will be ID'd once you close in on them for a set period of time.
Strider Squadron, you're cleared to taxi.
To the unidentified Ocean craft, this is Captain Carl of the Ocean Army. Are you here for the escort? You're not the squadron I was expecting. Are you really friendlies? Over.
This is Longcaster. Airborne warning and control system for the Ocean Long Range Strategic Strike Group. Captain Carl, they're on our side.
And those two pilots we've heard about must be here too.
Okay, I hope you're right. Longcaster, are all of these really unknowns?
It's a state of civil war. The Erusian army is fighting itself. There's no guarantee the Oceans won't shoot us in this confusion.
We'll image process the unknowns caught in your cams to identify friend or foe. The process will be faster if you get a close-up, well-centered image. Meanwhile, we just run if they shoot us, right? Affirmative. Always identify your target before you fire.
It's something I'll never get used to, but tonight has been a total shock.
You were the ones on the radio. We don't know our location. Give us orders.
We have no orders, but we do have ID data. Check your TAC terminal.
Roger that. We'll look for our way home.
The city under martial law. Gunfire and the roar of jets echoing through the streets.
Give me Strider Squadron's IDs. Oh, and hand me that sandwich.
How this war ends depends on this mission. I'm counting on you.
Understood.
What? Fire from our own allies. Is this place under the rebellion too?
Strider Squadron, identify the unknowns along the route.
The General's vehicle is under attack.
a vehicle blocking the road. No response to hails. It's the radicals.
There's Lamar!
I'm hit. Get this guy off my back.
This is AWACS for the LRSSG.
Our info has been updated.
Angry or not, you're just too smart to change the phone.
Strider 1 crashed.
Lancaster, are all of these really unknowns? It's a state of civil war. The Erusian army is fighting itself. There's no guarantee the Oseans won't shoot us in this confusion.
We'll image process the unknowns caught in your cams to identify friend or foe. The process will be faster if you get a close-up, well-centered image.
Meanwhile, we just run if they shoot us, right?
Affirmative. Always identify your target before you fire.
War is something I'll never get used to. But tonight it's been a total shock. The city under martial law. Gunfire and the roar of jets echoing through the streets.
Give me Strider Squadron's IDs. Oh, and hand me that sandwich. Vehicle confirmed destroyed.
We're the ones on the radio. We don't know our location. Give us orders.
We have no orders, but we do have ID data. Check your TAC terminal.
After that, we'll look for our way home.
Entering the Anchorhead Bay area. Buildings will block your line of sight. Make sure to keep track of your objective.
How this war ends depends on this mission. I'm counting on you. Understood.
ID'd as Osean forces. This is AWACS for the LRSSG.
Our info has been updated.
Strider Squadron, identify the unknowns along the route.
How are we supposed to tell the difference? There are enemies everywhere!
It's Erusian.
They aren't responding aggressively.
General, if they're conservatives, they'll listen to us. The negotiations were a success, Lancaster. They've opened up a path for us. The more the merrier. We can't see the tops of the roofs from down here. Be on the lookout for enemy ambushes. We made it through the Anchorhead Bay area. We're heading along Highway 208 under the bridge. We're taking the coastal highway at the next ramp.
All right.
The use of drones makes war more palatable. Why don't people realize this?
There's a strict curfew. People gather in bars and other places to learn what's going on. Go down.
It's ID'd as Erusian.
Wait. General managed to convince them.
Listen, those that protect General Labarge are the real patriots. Onward!
There's a vehicle up ahead. It's gonna ask us to pay a toll. Get closer and find out if it's an enemy vehicle.
We'll go. Let's go.
We archived all the footage that we've shot when the communication networks come back online.
We need to remind everyone that there's no such thing as a clean war. Listen up to me. Breaking! I can't, but don't like keep
blocking the road. No response to hails. Radicals. It's no good. There's still a car on the road. Just to be safe, we better avoid the highway and head for the warehouse district. Lancaster, we're taking a detour. Don't lose us.
Strider 1, the General's route has changed. Keep your eyes on his vehicle. Don't let him out of your sight. In gun range.
Here comes the Strider on bar. This is white that they cast. They really don't want the war to end, do they? The bar's in that vehicle!
They've been set up in all the right places.
We have some enemies coming up behind us. They're gaining on us. We changed our route, but the enemy's still on us. You guys have opened the trial to war, leading our country even further into ruin.
Strider 1, missile launched. In gun range. Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
Strider 1, missile! Keep your head down!
Which faction is the head of our organization? We need to know at once. Turn right. No, wait, that goes into the ocean. I can't shake the enemies on my tail. Friendly down. Maintain speed. We'll be able to break through that shutter. General, do you mind keeping it down for a minute? You bite your tongue. At least give us a side mirror.
Fox 2.
We're almost at landfill number 7. If we can make it through, we'll be in arm's reach of the rendezvous at Grunder Park. Captain Cobb, do you have the means to record this conversation? I wish to explain to you the situation inside Erusia. I'm sure the boys listening upstairs will record it. The open declaration of war, expanding the front lines, was all the work of some young Erusian officers. They were referred to as the Radicals. There was an unseen force guiding them. It was technology they borrowed from the Belkans. They actually went to war. The performance of the attack drones exceeded their wildest dreams. And they were incredibly clean, which got public opinion and the opportunists within the military on their side. They even manipulated the princess. The Belkan technology advanced UAV research within the Erusian Flight Test Center by at least 10 years. They used the flight data from a former ace pilot to create drone AI, but to us it's no different than magic or alchemy. Airplanes are meant to be flown by human beings. For those of you listening in, am I wrong? We're heading towards Grunder Park. Rendezvous point is the helipad on this man-made island. We'll ditch the car and take the helicopter from there.
There are rumors of a military group calling itself the Free Erusians. An unknown is blocking our scheduled route.
No response. Got a bad feeling.
Enemy has a lock on you.
An aircraft with scratches. All traitors will be shot down.
Strider 1, lock on target.
Okay, get this guy off my back. Open fire on that vehicle.
The VIP is taking fire. His vehicle stopped.
work, Leos 2. That's a confirmed kill. You are a true patriot.
Try to help us before we get shot. It's not like this is a tank or anything.
Captain Carl, we have a new rendezvous point. New coordinates are as follows. 263 Tango 4, 1999 Delta Lima. Rescue team says hostiles are making the area too dangerous.
Well, yeah, don't they know nowhere is safe?
Ocean forces at landfill number 7. This is AWACS Lancaster.
Our capital's fall has led to a power struggle within the Norwegian military.
We're about to cross Anchor Bridge. There'll be nowhere to hide.
It's all gone to hell. Even radio chatters about the Civil War. Radio? You have one in your cockpit? Yeah, ever since my previous squadron.
An armored vehicle's behind us. Vehicle used by the Erusian forces. Take it out!
Trigger, our VIP is in trouble. Clear the way for it.
Taking fire! Take care of them!
Star warning. Star warning.
No response. Shoot down.
We're taking fire! We can't hold off!
Star warning.
I didn't think we were gonna make it, but you saved us. Thanks.
Unknown aircraft approaching.
The General is speaking with the commander.
Ceasefire with the ocean aircraft. General's orders.
We've almost reached the container area. Watch out for enemy ambushes.
Understood.
System failures caused friendly fire incidents among Ocean forces. There are even rumors of penal units turning on their former allies.
Prepare to fire on a moment's notice.
With the main conflict concluded, regional forces in the center, south, and east are struggling for stabilization of the nation. The Erusian government has defined these groups, along with those trying to independently make peace with Ocean, as rebels.
The General's vehicle is under attack. Our VIP is taking fire.
We're under attack. Hurry up and do something.
Strider 1, missile away.
We made it somehow. Try to get off your ass a little faster next time.
You heard the call. There are no friendlies out there.
We're coming up on a tunnel. We'll need to split up until we reach the exit. There's more to Belgian technology than just UAVs. Thinking IFF designations were one was an astonishing feat. They used it to make drones that resembled Ocean fighters. And then to assassinate Harvey or blame on enemy fighters. But in the end, Belgian technology only brought chaos to the world.
I can't believe Russia is responsible for Harlan's assassination.
You talking politics? That's new.
Can't ignore a story like that, right, Trigger?
Behind the enemy.
We're on unidentified aircraft to the drones.
Bad news.
Hostile armored forces outside of the tunnel. I'm thinking that we should go say hi before they move the generate.
It's Erusian military.
The General's a real celebrity. Seems everyone wants to meet him.
Taking fire from a friendly drone.
Strider 1, locked on target. Its ID is Erusian.
Fire for the next half hour. Then we'll take back the city from the scoundrels who call us rebels.
My plane is icing up.
We're taking heavy fire. Concentrate your fire on the combat vehicle. We were nearly done for. I couldn't have asked for better timing.
Nice. Glad to see the Oceans attacking the radicals.
ID is Ocean forces.
How's your last Longcaster? We've agreed that we're here to help.
Regionalism is part of the infighting within these groups. Our We've reached the industrial zone. This should be the new rendezvous point. The coordinates are up ahead. Take out any enemies in the surrounding area.
Glad we waited. Don't worry, we won't let anybody through after you.
Almost at the rendezvous. Leave the rear to the others.
Understood.
5 minutes remaining.
The radicals truly believe which drone productions will make up for our losses. They shouldn't be taking responsibility for the capital's fall, but instead they're prolonging the war. That is why proper conservatives like myself are moving to regain control. If all goes well, we should be able to sign a truce with Osia quickly. We've reached the rendezvous point. There's the chopper too. Who do we turn to in this darkest hour? We need a beacon of light to show us the way. This is the origin news network. Okay, let's go. We're getting out of here. I've had just about enough of this place. I'd like to offer my thanks to the LRS's chief. This should finally bring about a true end to the war.
Understood. Good luck. Multiple unidentified aircraft approaching.
This plane is carrying civilians. We have escort fighters, but we do not intend to engage in combat. Please stand down.
What's going on?
Try to get a little closer. Weapon use is prohibited.
What's going on? Dr. Schroeder!
Whoa. Is a colonel on board?
He's not lying about carrying civilians.
No. Unless she's a soldier.
Weapon use is prohibited. We've checked footage. It does seem to be a transport with escorts.
I repeat, this craft is carrying civilians. We are not here to fight.
Dr. Schroeder, tell me what's happening.
I'm sure I don't need to remind you, but do not attack the civilian liaison.
That's the aircraft your grandfather told me about. The one with the scratches.
There it is. The EASA liaison plane. They engage in witchcraft with Vulcan technology. They're responsible for leading the military down the wrong path. Wait! Unknown's attacking the girl's plane!
Alma, hold on tight.
Allcaster, permission to engage.
Negative.
What?
They could be Ocean fighters. ID them ASAP.
Shit.
That's all we can do.
ID complete. They're Erusian fighters. What the hell is going on?
Stay sharp. Uh-huh. Right. I'm shooting him down. Any complaints?
Granted.
Wilco.
Wilco. How dare you interfere? I'm here to deal with that traitor. Don't miss.
Aim carefully.
Yeah, good work. Destroyer 1 has killed a bandit.
Careful. Those guys are good. Wait. You don't think it's those Ocean big shots, do you? I managed to catch a glimpse of those strikes. Mine. No good. Shit. Target locked.
They're in my way.
Bandit destroyed. Well done. Missile fire. Evading. Strider 2. Bugs 2.
I'm on my target's tail. Nice kill!
Good work. All hostile aircraft eliminated. The liaison is safe. Wait. liaison escort has a radar lock. They're targeting you guys.
What the hell? We were just helping them.
Erusian aircraft, this is AWACS Lancaster. Do not engage the liaison. Break off now.
Can you hear me on this channel, OC craft? Those escort aircraft are drones. They are currently being operated autonomously. They are not being controlled by anyone. They are flying on their own volition.
What?
In that case, we have no choice but to shoot the aircraft down.
Unfortunately, yes.
Missile.
We did what we could. Weapons free. You are cleared to attack the escort.
Wilco. Understood.
Wilco.
Stall warning.
Hey, it's not our fault they won't listen to reason. Why build something like that? Whoever did is the king of all dumbasses.
Stall warning.
You can afford the MQ-99's launch. Our commands are overridden. They must be accessing it remotely. Shoot, that is behind us.
Stall warning.
Additional hostiles inbound. Great timing.
Son of a bitch.
Head this way. No. The escort must have used its remote activation rights to gain more allies. Clever.
Enemy on your back.
Missile.
UAV confirmed destroyed.
Missile.
I'm behind my target. Strider 1, target eliminated.
Target is down. Target acquired. 4 bandits left. 2 bandits left. Show them what you got.
Missile.
In gun range.
Missile.
Missile evaded.
Missile.
Missile away.
Missile. Missile.
Behind the enemy. You're out of missiles.
Ammunition 0.
1 bandit to go. Fox 3. Target is in machine gun range.
Ammunition 0.
Target acquired.
Strider 1, that's what I like to see. Another story to tell my boy.
Understood. All hostiles have been eliminated. Nice. General's helicopter is flying safely outside Anchorhead Bay. All aircraft, RTB, mission complete.
All hostiles, huh?
General, the Ocean aircraft is here to pick us up. The approaching Ocean aircraft.
Losing his army? Elaborate. They stole our sealed orders. It should be a piece of cake.
Are you sent by the General Staff? No, we'd like you to send... I can't!
There are 3 scratches.
What does that mean?
The tail of that plane.
Lancaster, are all of these really unknowns? It's a
Check your tap.
In order to respond to the attack on the base, Cyclops has scrambled after being on standby. We'll head up too, once our planes are ready. Oh, and Labarth is dead.
What did you say?
Apparently, he was shot down by another Ocean aircraft after he left the area of operations. I mean, I know it was chaos, but still. At any rate, the sealed order operation has come to a close. We have no idea about a plan for going forward.
All we can do for now is watch our own backs.
What's up with the commander?
He's staying in his room. He's still alive, since we can hear him crying.
The island we went to was supposed to have been secured by the ground forces. They hadn't gotten a handle on things by the time we got there, so now we were stuck in the middle of a half-assed campaign. My job was to get the planes ready for combat, making repairs and handing them over to our troop of cons. Thing is, the enemy still had the hangars. The comms were still down, so none of us knew what the hell was going on. The last transmission I heard before everything went to shit was that some prisoners from an Osean military penal unit rioted and managed to escape. They stole some jets and now they were flying around, taking out their former allies left and right. I wonder if any units like ours were out here, creeping around. Hearing the Osean jets firing at each other overhead chipped away at morale. Since the radio was out, it was quiet. I liked it better that way. All I heard was the gunfire. Here we were, walking around carrying rifles. We were pilots, damn it. Friendly fire will probably kill us. You know things are desperate when the guards that used to lock us into solitary are now telling us it's better we all stick together. I guess they think our odds of surviving this war are better that way. After walking for miles across the battlefield, we came across the wreckage of a plane. Passenger, not military. I knew that rose. It was an Erusian liaison plane. The guards' dogs smelled something and took off. They led us to a cliff. And the bodies.
Today, I lost everything. When Osea attacked our capital, my father, a man who was never really suited to being the king, was killed. I was to be flown out of the war zone to safety, but the plane was shot down by rebels. The entire crew was killed in the crash. Soldiers appeared and one shot at me. My dog went after him and shot him to pieces. He was my best friend. After all those speeches I gave about working together for peace, I thought everyone felt the same as I did. I'm sure the soldier who shot at me knew I was the Princess of Erusia. He was Erusian too. More soldiers have come. Now, there is no one left to protect me. I am so numb, I cannot move. I watch as one of their dogs approaches. It sniffs mournfully at my dead friend. I wonder if it grieves for him as much as I do. I can barely think. I feel weaker by the minute. I don't know who these soldiers are with, but I managed to take a sip of the water they gave me.
How long have you been here?
Somehow, I muster the...
Okay, enough talk. Your opinions have all been taken into consideration. Beyond the seizure of Forbanti, which is important, and supporting the Erusian officer. At this point, I just don't know what our strategy is, or what our mission will be. Radio communication is still patchy for both the military and civilians, so we're getting zip from Mission Command about our orders. Still, with countless Erusian forces in the area, it's too dangerous for us to stay around here waiting for a miracle. Now, regarding Count's suggestion to think about self-defense, I think we should make a break for Tyler Island. It was a large Osean base before the start of the war. Count says his previous squadron took part in an operation to seize control of the island. It has the only base that will get us to the space elevator without refueling. It's also a transport facility for supply ships that provide drones and ammo for arsenal burns. For the Osean forces that are looking to reclaim the space elevator, those are two great reasons in its favor. If everything went according to plan, the base may already be in Allied hands when we get there. Though based on what Count told me about the island operation, it won't be easy to seize control.
If the ground troops have managed to open the bridgehead, the transport route to Osea for supply ships should be available.
With so much at stake, I can't imagine Erusea just giving it up without a fight. Things could really have gone bad.
Even if there are enemies left, they should be pretty easy to suppress.
I just want to go home, man.
Me too.
With that look on your face, Trigger, I know exactly what you want to do.
If Trigger's ready to kick ass, then so am I.
Damn straight. We're with you, Trigger.
It's decided then. Let's get all the aircraft and haul ass to Tyler Island. Although we can avoid the Arsenal Bird's anti-air network, there's still remnants from the Erusian forces. I want to get to the island without getting into any unnecessary combat. Pick a fast craft and fix it how you want. Pack...
Strider Squadron, sortie ASAP.
This is Tango 2-3, pursued by multiple tanks and APCs. They'll all go down if we don't back the landing craft. It's what? Abandoned Tango 2-3?
Something's not right.
Tango 2-3, we don't have the firepower to assist you. You're on your own. Please, we need help!
Wagtail is on the Ocean landing ship. What's going on? What did you say?
Caution.
Multiple bogies inbound. Damn it. Prepare for anti-air combat.
This is the AWACS Lancaster. The aircrafts in your area belong to the LRSSG.
Allied aircraft. A retreating vehicle is taking fire. Requesting assistance.
Roger. ID complete. Update us on Tyler Island.
There are tourists where you were. Unfortunately scattered and on the run.
They're on the run?
We were waiting for retreating units here to carry them out to safety. Our air support is here.
Stall warning.
Target acquired.
Target destroyed. Favor, Lancaster. Many of our allies are cut off. We need support and an escape route.
Understood. We'll do what we can. Let's help retreating Ocean forces. Take out any hostiles in their area.
Nickel.
Don't engage till targets are ID'd.
The boots on the ground don't need more people shooting at them.
Thanks. It's absolute chaos out there. The Erusians are even starting to fight amongst themselves.
Well, now we know what's going on, but shit.
There's more over here. The bodies of dead civilians. I don't think they were part of the fight. Look at that, they're all lined up. No, they are not combatants. Some of them aren't even wearing shoes. I can guess what happened here. We really don't want to get more damage. Stop bastard! It's a blatant war crime! Take photos for evidence.
They're Erusian. Jesus, they're firing at each other. Is this the norm around here? It's all crazy people.
We are in the middle of a mission to take back the mass driver. The supply ship at the munitions depot is highly combustible.
I just got the photograph. We'll head back to HQ. Give us another 30 minutes.
Hey, Commander's down!
The men say they want to release the children in a proper area.
Where's our damn air support?
Vehicle confirmed destroyed.
Don't pursue too deep. We just need to buy some time. Hold them at bay until Operation Feeding Time. Pull them away from the mass driver.
Nickel.
This whole operation is crazy. Stop whining.
Strider 1, target destroyed.
We don't need to defeat them. Just delay their advance. Got it?
Calling friendly birds. Take out the hostiles in our area. Get us out of this hellhole. We need help when we're still up and running. If you see 3 strikes, count to 3, and the enemy's gone.
The last station is destroyed. Let's get out of here.
Let's get moving. Hit the gas and don't let up until we reach the extraction point. I don't want to see anyone, hostile or friendly. I got 12 dead bodies here. They seem to be upper middle class. Streetport's nearby, so there could be researchers in their family. Most likely, they were involved with Velka.
Caution. Nickel. Nickel.
You're with us. Can you see the enemy APC from there?
Pull up.
Strider 1, target destroyed.
Can you hear us? We're taking fire from multiple enemy tanks.
Nickel. Nickel.
Our guys even got the enemy air support. What do we do now? Send in a tank!
Allied retreat looks good.
Pull up.
We did it! We're moving out! Leave the tank behind! We'll come back to this island one day and set him off properly.
The rebels are here. Let the first one go by and detonate on the second.
Nickel. Nickel.
Strider 1, find the unknown targets.
An explosion inside! Continue the countdown. The enemy's not stupid. We're at the supply ship. See the countdown! There's still one arsenal bird left. If we can focus on the bomb, then Elysia will have a fighting chance. Use cameras to track the supply ships.
Don't fight with your backs to the supply ship. If it's hit, we're done for.
Missile. Missile.
Get in the landing craft. Heavy losses. Any second, Longcaster. We just have to leave our boys to die.
Understood.
Stall warning.
Strider 1 lost!
Let's help retreating Osean forces. Take out any hostiles in their area. Don't engage till targets are ID'd.
The boots on the ground don't need more people shooting at them.
Thanks. It's absolute chaos out there. The Erusians are even starting to fight amongst themselves.
Well, now we know what's going on, but shit.
Lack of contact with superiors to do whatever they want. Don't let them in. Send them away.
Strider 1, Fox 2.
There's more over here. The bodies of their civilians. Part of the fight. Yeah, they're all lined up. No, they're not too bad. Some of them aren't even wearing shoes.
Strider 1, warship
I
sunk.
can guess what happened here, but I really don't want to think about it. Damn, those Erusian bastards. It's a blatant war crime. Take photos for evidence.
New Erusian! Jesus, they're firing at each other. Is this the norm around here?
It's all crazy people.
We are in the middle of a mission to take back the mass driver. The supply ship is a munitions depot. It's highly combustible. If you lose your legs, then crawl. You can surrender when you lose your hands.
We'll head back to HQ soon. Just give us another 30 minutes. The men say they want to at least give the children a proper burial. We're moving out! Leave the cat behind! We'll come back to this island one day and send them off properly.
Don't pursue too deep. We just need to buy some time. Hold them at bay until Operation Feeding Time. Move them away from the mass driver.
Missile.
Strider 1, target acquired.
We can just defend the mass driver today. Our army can turn this thing around.
The enemy position! Stop! The artillery fire's got a number on my hearing! Can you hear us? We're taking fire from multiple enemy tanks! Our guys still got the enemy here. What do we do now? Send in the tank!
Allied retreat looks good.
I count 12 dead bodies. They seem to be upper middle class. Spaceport's nearby, so there could be researchers and their families. Most likely, they were involved in shelter.
Warning, enemy has a beat on you.
Missile. Missile.
Missile away.
Three strikes, count to three, and the enemy's gone.
Our last vehicle has been destroyed. Let's get out of here.
We can't afford. Let's get moving! Hit the gas and don't let up until we reach the extraction point! I don't want to see anyone! Hostile or friendly!
Missile. 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 Missile.
Get in the landing craft! Many thanks, Longcaster. We didn't have to leave our boys to die.
Understood.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Combine now!
Missile.
All aircraft, search every nook of the island. We're not leaving anyone behind.
Where's our damn air support?
Strider 1, we've We've identified the unknown targets.
Pull up.
Ambush, stay calm. Reform the ranks. It's fine if we take a little damage. We need to finish this fight now.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Target acquired. UAV confirmed destroyed.
This whole operation is crazy. Stop whining.
Missile.
An explosion inside! Continue the countdown. The enemy's not stupid. We're after the supply ship. Do the countdown!
Watch it.
Missile.
Enemy has a lock on you.
Missile.
It's the Ocean military.
Don't they know they're on the same side?
Who are we firing at each other?
Missile.
This is AWACS Longcaster. We're uploading the latest ID data. Check your TAC terminal.
Hold your fire! First, the info is from an allied AWAC. Hold your fire! Roger. What's our supposed lead? Who should we follow?
You guys got out alive. You have time to figure it out.
There's still one arsenal left. If we can secure them full of bombs, then Arusia will have a fighting chance.
Missile.
Cameras, track the supply ships.
Missile.
Don't fight with your backs to the supply ship. If it's hit, we're done for.
Target acquired. Wait, multiple bogeys from the east.
Their timing tells me they're not here to bring good news.
We need to ID the bogeys. Take them down if they're hostile.
Understood.
Strider Squadron, you're near an armada of bogeys. Identify them.
Identification complete. It's Erusian bombers and their escorts.
Count's prophecy has come true. Take out all bombers, or they'll flatten our allies.
Plenty of civilian casualties as well. Precision bombing is impossible in these conditions.
Maybe they know they can't.
We're gonna drop them all.
Trigger, boss, get over here quick.
Splashed.
If you're overstrike, remember the faces of those who pushed for more.
Warning, enemy has a beat on you.
I've got a sitting duck here.
Target acquired. The bombers are nearing the island. We're running out of time.
This is Graham 7. Attack failed.
The enemy is making good use of the clouds.
This is Graham 7. I'm behind my target.
Fox 2.
Hostile has a lock.
Launch control, this is flight leader. All systems ready. We are to go for launch.
This is launch control. The enemy is closing. Confirm launch readiness.
Affirmative. This is our last chance for Operation Feeding Time.
Launch control. Roger that.
Missile. Missile.
Enemy on your back.
More bombers approaching. Intercept them now.
Missile. Missile.
Graham 8. Behind my target.
Missile.
Strider 3 launching missile.
Missile.
Graham 7 here. On my stop. Be careful.
Intercept those bombers. Only half the bombers remain. We can't let even one get away. Missile hit. Missile away. The bombers are about to reach the island. Shoot them down now.
Draw the enemy's attention here.
Missile. Missile.
Graham 2. Hit my target. This is Graham 7. I'm behind my target.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
destroyed.
We did it.
Continue with your mission.
Missile.
Okay, Commander, down! Taking fire! We're pinned down!
Missile.
They're too good! Are they really from Osea?
Missile. Missile.
Strider 1, missile launched.
We're outnumbered. Taking heavy losses. We can't even run. The enemy will shoot us to the back.
Target destroyed.
Great. But will we make it in time?
Stall warning.
A landing ship is waiting for you.
Right. Wounded. This will guarantee us a one-way ticket to hell. Pretty sure we're there already.
Hey, you. Dumbass with the scratches on his tail. Hear me? I need you to help me. There's a group of refugees surrounded by Erusian tanks right here. Needless to say, their future's not looking too bright.
This is a secure military line. Who is this?
Me? You can call me the Scrap Queen.
Longcaster, she's an ally. Trigger and I'd know that voice anywhere.
That voice. So you're still breathing, Sir Count.
Here, let me have a word. Hey, it's been a while. I had a feeling the two of you were still alive. Remember, stick with Trigger and you'll make it.
I have a bit of intel for you. I'll share it if you can help those refugees. Count me in.
That's right.
Echo 13, all hostiles are down.
Understood. This is our last chance. We'll see how far we can go.
We've destroyed all of the targets. All bogies should be ID'd now. Mission complete. Okay, Scrap Queen. Send us the target coordinates.
I was thinking about how I'd do that.
Don't you have a laser target indicator?
Why would she...
Use the smoke canister. And who's taking this to the enemy's doorstep? Not me. Wait, you moron! Wait! What are you doing, dumbass? Here! Attack right here!
Doncaster, we've confirmed the location of the flare.
That's them. All aircraft, we just updated your threat matrix via data link. Take out those targets.
Don't miss. We don't want to hit the pretty ladies down there.
Missile.
Hurry!
Missile.
Target acquired.
Missile.
Target destroyed.
Pull up.
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
Missile.
Everyone knows it. No other reason.
Good job! The enemy tanks are toast. I don't think I could even do anything with that scrap.
I have a solid lock.
Caution. Missile. Missile.
Strider 1, missile launched.
Missile.
Hurry!
Get moving.
Missile. Missile.
Cyclops 3, Fox 2.
Missile.
They're not refugees. They're criminals.
Roger that. Make them stop singing!
Damn it.
It's them. All aircraft, we just updated your threat matrix via data link. Take out those targets.
Don't miss. We don't want to hit the pretty ladies down there.
Missile.
Hurry!
Missile. Missile.
Target acquired.
Good job! The enemy tanks are toast. I don't think I could even do anything with that scrap. That takes care of them. No civilian casualties? Nice going. Do you hear the singing?
Beginning terminal countdown. Pressure stable. Cooling system is on.
Broadcaster, a promise is a promise. Here's the intel. I heard it from an Erusian soldier that defected. The supply ships will be launched soon.
Yeah, that is valuable information.
That doesn't sound good.
But can it be trusted?
Not sure. Heard it from a man who said he wanted to atone for his sins. Up to you to trust him or not.
Understood. Good luck.
Releasing safety. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Launch. 1, 2, 3. The mass driver is accelerating.
The supply ships have been launched from the mass driver. If the supply ships make it to the Arsenal bird, they'll be able to resupply it. They may be loaded with new weaponry that we don't even know about. We have no choice but to take down the supply ships before they can get within the Arsenal bird's air defense network. You've got to hurry or you're not going to make it. 3 minutes to the enemy's air defense network.
Missile.
All aircraft, remain on high alert. We got bandits incoming on radar. You're gonna have to forget about them for now. Focus on destroying that supply ship first.
We're sitting ducks like this.
Let the supply ship get too far away, we'll never be able to catch it. I can't get a lock.
That sucker's hiding in the clouds. Trigger, don't let it get away.
Missile launched. The missile hit the supply ship dead on.
All we need to do is slow them down.
I was expecting this to be easy if all they can do is fly fast.
Did you see that explosion? Looks like that's one of them down.
Remember, there are 2 supply ships out there. Hurry up and shoot the other one down. We've recalculated the remaining time. 90 seconds to the enemy's air defense network.
Don't lose them!
Continue pursuit of the supply ship.
60 seconds remain.
They're faster than I expected.
Strata 1, target acquired.
I've got a sitting duck here.
Don't overshoot.
30 seconds remain. Don't give up.
My bird can't take much more of this.
Hope you're all enjoying the pretty fireworks. If this thing had any windows, we could have seen it for ourselves. Nice work, team.
We're gonna find ourselves a boat and leave this island. We'll be taking the refugees, along with any deserters from the Erusian military.
Who's the girl that ran at the tanks with the smoke canister? A few more crazies like her, and life down there may have been a tad bit easier.
What do you think would have happened to those refugees if you hadn't intervened? The princess saw what happened. They were little kids.
That's why I like the sky. You don't have to see those types of things.
Does this mean we're that much closer to ending the war?
No, we just basically prevented it from going on forever.
Count's right. We have no choice but to return to our original base. Our base that is nearly out of food and fuel. We need to do something.
Good. Take a seat. Everyone's here. All right. Good work in sinking the supply ships. Not to mention saving the refugees. However, we're in no position to start celebrating. Even the commander here is starting to fray from the stress.
Can't say I blame him.
Now, Tyler Island is in a state of complete anarchy. This base isn't safe either. The faces you see around you are the only friends we've got. Take a good look.
We found a boat, then sailed away from the island. We had to. We didn't belong there. The new guy's name was George. I noticed when the anarchist said his name, he said it with a thick Balkan accent. We found a boat, then sailed away from the island. We had to. We didn't belong there. The new guy's name was George. I noticed when the anarchist said his name, he said it with a thick Balkan accent.
It's time for the briefing. Although, since we don't have any contact with HQ, it's not like this is an official mission. Anyway, it looks like the seizure of Tyler Island and the relief from Osea have been postponed. In the meantime, we just have to do what we can to survive. Since losing its capital city of Ferbanti, Erusian forces have separated into smaller, autonomous factions. It looks like Erusia's largest force and leading faction will pass through the area around this base. The space elevator is significant to them, so they're probably heading there.
Should we intercept?
Why? I doubt they're gonna start a fight now.
Our top priority should be to get home. Let's go already.
Yeah. It's not like we have the supplies, power, or even a real reason to put up a fight. But what are we going to do if they bring the fight to us? We need to be ready to push them back. If we head inland from here towards Erusia, there's an old castle that's been converted into a stockpiling base. Shalaji Castle. It's currently occupied by some of the Erusian forces that broke off, but we need ammo and fuel. They appear to have converted a freeway into a runway, so we can expect them to have the capacity for air combat. But they'll be easier to handle than Erusia's lead faction. While we can't use all our aircraft to attack, the transport carrying the stolen supplies needs support. Okay, Strider Squadron. You head out first, and neuter the dogs at the stockpiling base. Rendezvous with Cyclops Squadron, who will bring the transport. Then we bring the supplies back to this base.
Got it.
Aircraft are our only threat.
Sounds good.
We'll make it. We're We're all gonna fly home. Together.
Strider Squadron, aircraft prep complete. You're cleared to taxi.
No Osean forces are in the region ahead. No allies here. No need to ID your target. We've set a number of priority targets, focusing on their anti-aircraft weaponry. Okay, team, get to work.
Unidentified aircraft, not sure if friend or foe. Fire anyway. We don't have time to be wondering if they're friendlies or not.
So, we capture this base and take the fuel and supplies. That's the plan, right, Trigger?
You take if you want to live. That's how it was where I grew up.
I was just double-checking mission orders, Hushin. Strider 1, target eliminated.
Our anti-air guns are destroyed. Abandon and fall back to our rear position. Retreat!
There are more vehicles along the road. They don't appear to be military. They're Erusian refugees. They must be fleeing since the conflict got worse.
Unidentified aircraft. Identify at once or we'll open fire.
Missile.
What are you talking about? They already are firing on us. Everybody's confused.
I know.
Strider 1, Fox 2. Warning, enemy has a beat on you.
Missile squad, no.
Missile.
We're all out of ammo.
Target acquired.
Don't give up. We're not going to lose our country again.
Vehicle control
Our
destroyed.
anti-aircraft weaponry is down by 30%. Why are they attacking this base?
So what's this faction split from the Erusian military? The autonomous state of Shalaji used to be a nation. The region has always leaned towards independence.
Why are they after
Those who want to restore their homelands flock to it. Apparently, their core consists of officers from Vaslin, which neighbored Shalaji.
Are they our enemies?
They're our enemy's enemy, but not our friends.
They're bombing us. We're unable to use the SAMs. Help me!
The resistance is strong. They seem pretty desperate.
Break it!
Target's in machine gun range.
Protect the base! They have 4 aircraft! More planes incoming! Fire more missiles!
Coming up on the castle. Let's hurry up and capture this base so we can get its fuel and supplies. Shit!
I feel like we're a group of burglars.
Don't say that. This is for our survival.
Yeah, I know.
Missile. Caution.
Watch it, enemy has
That's Shalaji Castle.
They're here already. They can pay for what they did to our scouts. Take in both civilians and refugees without discrimination. Get away from the show building. Take shelter somewhere sturdier or underground. Drop where you are and cover your head if you hear jet engines. Our air defense capabilities are compromised.
I've been spiked. Strider 1,
Targeting our anti-aircraft weaponry. Taking out
fire.
Locked on.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
I can't get away. Bailing out.
Strutter 1, Fox 2.
Lost more than half of our forces. The battle won't last much longer. Let them have our lives. As long as our nation's dead, the young will carry on. Stand us out. We're running out of ways to strike back.
Behind my target.
New hostiles. All aircraft confirmed.
This town's of high cultural value. It's unfortunate we had to bomb it like we did.
We do what we need to survive, right?
Not something I'll tell my son about.
AA destroyed. Stay stuck. Cancel takeoff. Soul Squadron, stand by.
Negative. This battle's over if we don't get up there, along with hope of restoration. Don't worry. As long as we accelerate inside the tunnel, they won't be able to shoot us down that easily.
Damage report.
Their interceptors are in the air.
All right.
Getting to takeoff speed inside the tunnel is insane.
Soul Squadron, airborne. Shoot the invaders out of our skies. Good luck, Soul Squadron.
Understood.
Hurry up and break behind you.
You're in violation of Shalashi airspace. Turn around and we'll be forced to shoot you down.
Missile.
This is the Ocean Long Range Strategic Strike Group. Land immediately and hand over your planes and base to us.
You must be the snowbirds. It's absurd for you to talk in so tough after losing one of the leaders at Volante. You bastard! You defile this country. As long as you're here, this country will never know peace. Shit.
Missile.
Warning, enemy has a beat on you.
Stall warning. Stall warning. Stall warning.
Locked on.
Stall warning. Missile. Missile.
Let's finish him before King gets here.
Missile.
Behind the enemy.
Vito and I will take care of them. Understood. I'm out. Ejecting.
Missile. Missile.
I hope he's okay. Bailing out under those conditions. I can see his parachute. Let's pray he makes it to safety.
3 to go. Don't let them work together. Back up trigger. Wilco.
Righto.
Missile.
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
These guys are pretty good.
Missile.
Mark 2.
Missile.
Breaking. Breaking.
Where's been hit? He's ejected. Damn. We can't even last long enough to buy ourselves some
Stall
time.
warning.
As expected, but a lucky shot will be boring.
Some kind of energy weapon. No, it's a real gun.
Strider 1, you have a bogey approaching at high speed. Bearing 090, straight from the east. High-speed projectile launch from enemy aircraft.
I'm testing this aircraft. You must find your own sky. We can still help you.
Missile.
Don't waste your life. Dedicated to reclaiming that which you call home. Furthermore, you must find someone to guide you. I'm not that person. Mihai. Los Legion's squad will be retreating. Those fighting below are advised to temporarily withdraw. Don't die. As long as we're alive, our hopes and dreams live on.
Hey, look at the color of that flame. Damn, that's the flames of hell. Time for payback.
Negative. It's no good. I can't get close enough.
Leave it to Trigger. The rest of us will just get in the way. The rest form a perimeter to catch whatever slips through. Wilco, Echo. Might just cost us our lives.
Hit on unidentified aircraft. The enemy's mobility is still unfazed. Keep up the attack.
Mr. X is ascending rapidly.
The missiles went straight for the sun. Not a casual move.
Someone to guide us. Wait, I can't think of anyone other than you. Being together with Mihai taught me something. Drone fighters don't belong in the blue. They have no place in the cosmos of the skies. But they're what the First Legion Air Force should be fighting against.
Strider 1, target acquired.
We're still not fast enough.
Fox 3.
80%. 100%.
Not bad.
Targeting collision, 1.7 degrees.
That bastard usually in a way that minimizes the damage even when he's hit. Keep firing those missiles until you blow them to pieces.
Unidentified aircraft. Land your plane and surrender. Why do you feel the need to continue fighting on your own?
That's funny. It seems like one of the pilots is also fighting alone.
He's not alone. Look around you.
I see. Perhaps it would have been best to entrust the future to pilots like that. Let me test him then, to see if he's truly worthy.
Star warning. Missile. Missile.
Looks like the sky's been sliced wide open. The experimental unit probably made themselves a new toy.
Targeting correction, 0.8 degrees.
Star warning.
Ready to fire.
It's firing again. Bad news. Its accuracy is increasing with each shot. Take him down as quickly as possible.
Cooldown complete.
Target acquired.
System power at 50%.
Get closer.
Strider 1, Fox 2.
120%. Warning, manual targeting engaged.
This weapon is not enough to take down 3 Furies. This aircraft is my body. If they are not enough, then I must put my soul into it.
Star warning. Star
There are
warning.
pilots like you in every generation. And I've found every last one of them.
Strider 1 has been hit. Are you alright?
He's flying, but if he takes another hit, it's a miracle you're not in a million pieces.
Strider 1, target acquired.
Strider 1 scored another hit.
It's a hit. The unidentified aircraft is going down.
He got him. Trigger has splashed a bandit.
Can you hear me? Pilot with the 3 strikes. This was all due to my ego. I unleashed pure chaos upon this world, just so I could keep my wings. Put a stop to the drone production.
Is this a message to Trigger? What does it mean?
I don't think this war is over just because we shot down Mr. X. Yeah, it's gonna take something else entirely to end this thing. I just don't know what.
The resupply went well. We should be okay on food and fuel reserves for a little while at least. Luckily, the rumor that the Erusian army is advancing nearby is only a rumor. There's no sign of them from the skies. Rumors.
Rumors, rumors. This is what happens when you lose communications. But we got one good fact. The plane Trigger shot down was an advanced model of the XO-2 Wyvern. It was developed in the last Continental War. Erusia had a lot up their sleeves. Apparently, they were even supposed to have Belkin aircraft back in the First War. What if Trigger couldn't shoot it down? Just thinking about it gives me chills. We're lucky to be here. In war, you never know what's lurking behind the curtains. But it looks like everything's loose now. Solid chain of command, rest periods after sorties, a battlefield where you know friend from foe. All of that's gone now, lost in a fog of confusion. Feels like a distant dream. Now, just how the hell are we gonna get out of this mess?